welcome to the channel, or welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing well. Welcome to this week's what I've been playing, what I've been watching, what I've been reading, what's my new dance all about. Yeah, episode 71, okay? And we are live, or are we? Are we live? Are we live? I don't know what that was. Right, we are just going to check that we are live, okay? Before we go any further. Looks like we are, looks like we are. Just got to check. I do like talking to myself though. Quick audio check. Any further. Looks like we are, looks like we are. Cringe. Cringeaholic right here. Let's just get comfortable. Yeah, so apologies. I haven't done, or didn't do what I've been playing, what I've been watching, what I've been reading episode last week. Whoopsie, whoopsie, pupsie. I wasn't very well mentally. I'm much better, much better today, or this week. I've been a bit swamped down with my job, and maybe I'm taking everything too seriously. I think I need to just chill out and remind myself it's just a job, isn't it? You know what I mean? I whatever job I've ever had, I've always do my best, you know. I'm sometimes feels like I'm not really appreciated much or enough, you know. So I think it's time to move on. But I've got a week off next week, so happy days. I think a lot of people have got time off this time of the year, haven't they? Like they haven't taken all the holidays, and your boss is like, "You need to take your holidays," kind of things. It's like a mad rush. Everyone's got holidays or time off, you know. So I wanted to. So apologies for last week. First of all, I know I probably ruined everyone's week. You're all probably there with the popcorn last Sunday, waiting for Tony to upload. Where's his video? I need his video. I need episode 71. So apologies. So I thought I'd do it a bit different this week. I thought we'd go live. And I really do enjoy live streaming rather than playing PlayStation, or if I am just talking to you guys. You're my friends. All right, on cue. Here's a friend of the channel, Access Area 6. Hi, Tony. Hope you and Rossi are all good. Yes, we're great, thank you. I've been looking after, I say we, me and Rossi have been looking after my mum's dog, Max. He's a collie as well. Rossi might come in. He's sleeping downstairs. He's been helping with the housework today. I'm laughing. It's quite serious yesterday. So, yeah, I've been looking after my mum's dog. And he's got this terrible, he's got like a reaction to the medication that he's taking. And he's scratching so much or biting his fur off. I don't know what it is, but it's one of the possible side effects that he's just started to do. So my mum, right, to be fair, right, so his leg, part of his leg went bald. He's really doing it nasty. So my mum, she's very clever, right, she's knitted this thing. She looked for she wanted to put like a jumper on his back kind of thing to stop him from biting all the fur off him. And so she knitted this thing as she made it up as she went along. And there's these things you got to tie on. So of course my mum's trusting me to look after him. And we went game hunting yesterday. Shout out my imaginary friend Chris. I'll actually as well, to make up for last week because I didn't do a video, I'll do a mini pickups video as well. To whet your appetite, okay? So I rushed to put this thing on, and there was 4, like, it's only wool, like, things I got to tie. When I came home, good job we weren't long, we went very local, we were less than 2 hours. He tried to pull it off, right? And he pulled it, I don't know what he'd done, but it was, like, tight round his neck. So I just came in, I panicked, I went to the kitchen, got the knife and cut... I nearly said cut his head off. No, I cut the wool. Cut the fucking stupid thing off him. Because I panicked, you know what I mean? I probably could have, but because he was like, he wasn't choking, maybe I'm exaggerating. I could get my finger in there, so it wasn't like cutting off his circulation. But I said to my mum then, when she picked him up, I was like, Mum, I don't trust that thing at all. It might have been me that maybe I was rushing to tie it all on and maybe didn't tie it properly. I'm pretty sure I did, but he's a funny dog. He's stubborn, you know, and he probably, from the moment I left, he was probably trying to get this thing off him. And maybe because I didn't put it on quite properly, he was able to get it off apart from the neck bit. I don't know. So a bit of a scare. So, oh, can you imagine? I dread to think. That's enough talking about that. So I think if this goes well, I think I want to do more live than my pre-recorded videos. The only difference will be, I don't know if you notice, most of them are done in one take anyway, these videos. Okay, what I've been playing, watching, reading. So what's this? Episode 71. So all 70. Probably 2 or 3 of them out of the 71, or out of the 70, are done in one take. So I may as well go live. But the only difference will be, when I do my... because I'm learning how to edit. When I do like the gameplay, it won't be there because of course we're live. And when I do my channel of the week, my YouTube channel of the week, or my video of the week, I like to do a plug and show them, so I won't be able to do that. But what I'll do, I'll tag them in the video in the description, okay? So once I finish, then I'll do that. Does that make sense? And maybe, I think I might try and go live, do like a chatty... more of a relaxed vibe then, isn't it? I can interact with you guys, whoever's there. I might do a video every single week. I want to update my top 10 fighting game franchises of all time. I did it, someone asked me a couple of years ago to do, on my Instagram to do it. So I'm interested in your top 10, and I had 10 days off work. So what I did was I did 10, started at number 10 obviously, and I did 10 photos and I showed my entire collection off that way. So for example, like, where's number 10? Believe it or not, there's a plug, there's the thing. So that's number 10. Tekken was number 10. How times have changed, and this was like maybe 2.5 years ago. So my old top 10 then was Tekken was number 10. Number 9 was Guilty Gear. It's mad to think that I'm saying Guilty Gear. I preferred Guilty Gear at the time than I did Tekken. Number 8 was Injustice. Number 7 was Killer Instinct. Number 6 was Samurai Showdown. Number 5 was Soul Calibur. Number 4 was King of Fighters. Number 3 was Marvel vs. Capcom. Number 2 was Capcom vs SNK, and number 1 was Street Fighter, obviously. Okay. I was saying, I've had a message off YouTube on my messenger. That's a live, are we? I've been unmonetized as well. I was a YouTube partner, but I have to verify my thing. I don't fucking know. Anyway, let's carry on. So I got my notes in my phone as well. So yeah, I did say we're going to do a pickup. So I only bought 2 things yesterday, but I'll do these first. I won off the same seller. He didn't put a minimum bid on, okay? I've had 2 sealed, what do I call them? Grey like them. It's games I've got, okay? You've got versions of them. And I think I've got 1 digital, so I might keep this one sealed, okay? They're limited run games, and they are promo copies, which makes them more rare, apparently. But it is the full version of the game is on there, okay? So it's Samurai Showdown 6. And Samurai Showdown, 5 special. Both sealed, okay? I love the fact that the PlayStation 4 and 5 isn't region locked. Yeah, so I think they sell this one. I know this one sells for around about, I think that's on Amazon for $49.99. Okay, I was checking the other day, but on eBay they're about 40. That's starting off at £50. So what I thought, I didn't think I'd win both bids. I thought, what I'll do, normally I'm what they call it, I think Access Area 6 is a phrase. I'm a sniper, is it? An eBay sniper. So you wait till the last minute, then you put your bid in. But I thought, no, I'll stick to my budget. So I put a bid, maximum bid, earlier on in the week for £29 each. And I thought if I can pick those up for £29 each, I'll be more than happy, okay? And obviously I won both bids. I think I paid £25 for that. Oh, comment. Oh, hi. I were Retro Gamer Dad. Hey, Tony. Yes, I got a PAL version of Metal Gear Solid Collection Part 1, and I was worried it wouldn't work here in America, but it works fine. Funny you're on here. I'm getting ahead. You know my spoiler. Channel of the week. I will, yeah, and there is proof. Yeah, your video of video games pickups. Sorry, your video that you did, video games pickup video is ridiculous. Yeah, so you are my channel of the week. We'll get to that as we go a bit further. But thank you very much for stopping on by. Okay. Yeah, so I love that. So these are obviously with the ratings. They got mature and teen. Now, if you didn't know, in CEX here in the UK, they won't accept them. But obviously, I'm not buying these to trade in. I got caught out of that. I learned the hard way. Okay with that. But yeah, really happy to have those in the collection. These are my, again, I were Retro Gamer Dad was talking, are you a gamer or a collector? I'm a gamer first, but with special games, like really good games, I like to go the extra mile. I like to know, like the Neo Geo big box collections at limited run games, or what's the other one? I got two different ones. Pix and Love do the other one, don't they? I like to honour the game, like Garou Mark of the Worlds. I've got it on digital for like £2 something, and then I spent 70 odd quid. It's almost like a shrine kind of thing to honour the game. Does that make any sense? But yes, I am a gamer. They're probably going to stay sealed because I've got the digital copies of them, okay? But yeah, I think I paid £14 something for that one, and £25 for that one. So I was super happy with that. Then we went game hunting yesterday. So we will talk about, I only bought 2 games, but I traded in, I'm just under, I did a count the other day, I'm just under, I had 998 games in my collection, okay? And I thought the plan was, buying these 2, to get to 1,000. What a great franchise to get to 1,000 games in my collection, okay? So I thought, happy days. But I traded some games in yesterday, okay? Again, I was looking at my collection, and I've got my receipt here from CEX, and I was just thinking, am I going to play these games? I traded in one anime as well. So I traded in Devil May Cry. I had the Blu-ray anime. I watched it before, and I was watching it again a week or so ago, and I was like, I don't really need this in my collection. And apparently it's on YouTube as well. The series is on there, so if I ever get the urge to watch it, I'll just YouTube it, you know. And the Blu-ray version of it didn't pop. Like if you're comparing DVD to Blu-ray, like Akira, for example, looks amazing in Blu-ray. Can you imagine what it's like in 4K? Just catch up on the comments. Oh, I were Retro Gamer Dad. Whoop. 1,000 games, that's a huge milestone. I'm technically now, though, if my maths is right, physical games, I'm on 999. Because I got rid of a few, and I got a few, but I got rid of more than I got, if that makes sense. So I think I'm on 999 games physical in my collection. Lilo, what's happening? You've been watching the football? I don't know what the score is, actually. Still 0-0. Oof. That's why I wanted to go live at 5, but I didn't think it was going to go extra time. Right, okay, guys, how are we doing? So, so I traded in Devil May Cry, the Blu-ray. I traded in, actually made a profit on this, Kingdom Come. Now, I knew it wasn't for everyone. A lot of people say, if you think it looks like a Skyrim kind of game, but it doesn't play like a Skyrim. So I I knew that, and I thought it's been on my shelf for about 12 months. So, right, I'm going to play it. Put it on, and I just instantly, it wasn't for me. I liked the opening cutscene, was pretty cool. I thought, oh, this world looks beautiful. I always loved the medieval vibe and stuff like that. But then straight away, I thought, nope, I'm not going to spend any time here. I'm sure I paid either £4 or £5 for that. And at the moment, I don't know, CX, all the prices have gone up, especially on PlayStation 4. They give me £6, so I made a profit. How about that? You're going to get Dragon's Dogma 2? Yes, I do like the look of that. I've got the first one. First one was on the PS3, wasn't it? Dragon's Dogma there, I got it there. Yeah, I haven't got around to playing. That's Capcom, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I really like the look of that, though. That looks like somewhere I'm going to be living when it comes out, you know. Yeah, so I made a profit on Kingdom Come, so they give me £6. Sorry, with Devil May Cry, they give me £5. I think I paid £8 for it, however long ago, you know. No football score. Sorry, no football is a sore subject. Oh, your team lost today. Soz. Swans won yesterday. We won away. What the hell? To Sunderland. Then I also traded in Devil May Cry, the Definitive Edition. Do you know the one that came out on the PS3? But I was late to the party. I never played that version. I bought it on the PS4. I loved the fact that in the background there was a Street Fighter 2 cabinet. Of course, it's Capcom again, isn't it? But I don't know. It was, if you play Devil May Cry 5, this game isn't a patch. I know it's an older game. It definitely feels like an early PlayStation 3 game. Product of its time, but because I didn't play it back in the day, there's no nostalgia attached to it, so I got rid of that. I got £6 for that. I think I paid less for that as well, and I had a doubler of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. They give me £4 for that, so I've still got it on in the PS2 collection. So I had £21 store credit. Okay, and I did say I'm never going back to Port Talbot CX again, but it was just maybe the heat, I pissed off or whatever. So yeah, we went back, and I'm really glad I did. So I got 2 games yesterday. One, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. Not really suede. It's a beautiful looking steel case, isn't it? This was, I think, £5 I paid for this. But I remember playing the story mode on the single player story mode on this. I was living in Carlisle at the time and really enjoying it. But then I bought it again, and the copy I must have had like a scratch on the disc or something. I got so far and it just stopped working. Or maybe it was an issue in my PS4. And so I thought it was kind of on the radar again. And because it was Steelbook for £5 and I had a store credit, yeah, I thought, let's get it back in the collection, you know. Probably going to play that this week as well. Everybody's played the Call of Duty games. I know it's an older one. That's the one with Kevin Spacey's in that one, isn't it? And the other game I picked up, tell you what, Lilo, this I got Assassin's Creed Mirage. I remember you were streaming this, weren't you? And you told me, spoilers, maybe stay away from it kind of thing. And I played it a little bit yesterday, and I'm really, really impressed so far. I like he wants to become what they call them, the hidden, isn't it? They're not assassins yet. Have you finished it as well, Lilo? Retro Gamer Dads. Haha, yeah. The Steelbooks are awesome. The campaign is fun, but the multiplayer wasn't too good on that one, I thought. Yeah, I don't really play multiplayer, especially with first-person shooters. I'm not about that, but yeah, I thought it was an interesting story on that, you know, with his, if I remember right, his best mate, who's Kevin Spacey's son, dies at the beginning, and your arm's stuck in that, like, spaceship kind of thing, and so you lose your arm, and he gives you another arm, and yeah, it really is a good story, I thought. But the cool thing with this, okay, this was £28, because it's still relatively a new game, but they give me the launch edition. It's in the spec. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. It was tight in there, But I'm not sure what it's got. Obviously, it's got the actual game. And some other goodies. I think it was a map. A nice map and some postcards. Does anyone ever post postcards anymore? They're pretty cool, aren't they? Yeah, I'm really impressed so far. It looks like a smaller map kind of thing. It's Baghdad. I'm literally just got to the point where I've gone to the hidden and I'm gone back to Baghdad now. I'm riding on my camel going in there kind of thing. Back to sort shit out, you know. And it looks like quite an interesting story with maybe minor spoiler where that woman, your partner, assassinates that guy, and I don't think you were going to assassinate him, but it looks like his hand was going for the knife. Anyone that's played it will know what I'm talking about. But maybe I'm interested to see what's happened to her. Is she still alive? But yeah, no spoilers. I'm saying, yes, I did. Right, cool. So that's what I picked up yesterday. We did go into Retro Stash as well. Funny story in there. So I didn't pick anything up. And my imaginary friend Chris, he's just bought a Mega CD. So he picked up a couple of games. Oh, I can't remember what it was. It was a game. It was £20, but it was a repro. But it was a really good, well done version. It had the manual and everything. You wouldn't know unless they were honest and had the sticker on it. So he spent a total of 35 in there. And there was a problem with the card machine. So it wasn't going through their end. And Chris said, I've got a notification on my phone saying the money's gone to the Retro Stash, £35. Oh, no problem. So we left. And Chris had another notification saying it was being refunded, so they'd bounced it back or something. So we could have just left and he could have had all that stuff for free. But Chris being Chris, he said, right, I said, I'll go back in. He went to get cash. I'll go back in and tell him. And they were really, really thankful for us for doing that, you know. But it's our local retro gamer shop, you know. So we're not going to rip anyone off. Okay, guys. Okay. If anyone's watching and keeping an eye on the football, let me know the scores if you don't mind. So I got twice as much. Normally got a week of games and stuff to talk about. I've got 2 weeks of games and stuff to talk about. Okay, so that was a mini pickups, I suppose. So actually, I'll do this one first. I did an experiment. I think I did go live last Sunday, and I think I'm gonna have to promote this game maybe to my favourite game of all time. It's Capcom versus SNK 2. I've played it an absolute ton on the channel. Chelsea Liverpool 0-0 extra time now. Thank you very much. Oh, I think Chelsea are gonna nick it. I do. Yeah, it was a kind of a funny thing. I wasn't in the best frame of mind. I was still planning on doing this video where I've been playing, watching, reading. I wasn't going to do it live, but I went live with this to kind of use YouTube as like a live reaction. And I was recording how I was feeling. And I was feeling really low. And I thought this game, I'd done it before. Not like I've had a crap week in work or something. And I put this on and it just makes me feel so much better. And it really, really does. And I kind of, as it was on, it was like the old school. I had my camera pointed, recording the TV back like when I started my YouTube channel, okay, because it's on the GameCube, you know. and I was kind of like describing how I'm feeling. I wasn't feeling very good, and like my mental health was like telling me not to put it on because my mental health wants me to stay. It's trying to pull me back. It's very hard to explain, okay. But then after turning it on, even the music of the game, I started to feel a little bit better. Then when I was recording, I was like, okay, I'm feeling a bit better now. And then after like one round, once we beat the first match, because it's a team-based game, isn't it? Once I won the first match, already I was feeling better. So within 20 minutes, I wasn't even thinking of all the negative stuff that was going on. And it isn't big issues I've got in my life. It's little things. But my mental health is building it up to something that it's not, you know. I get that with Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, I think every gamer has got that comfort game, haven't they? Like, people have got comfort movies. Oh, when I'm feeling low. Like, an example now, a comfort movie for me is The Goonies, because I grew up watching The Goonies. Actually, one of the group chats, me and my mates, my imaginary friend Chris and a couple of others of us, our group chat's called The Goonies, okay? That's my film, everything, the music, as soon as you put it on, isn't it? It starts to make you feel better. This is my comfort game. This is probably the most important game I've got in my whole collection. If I, heaven forbid, had to sell everything, this would be the last to go. And I've got it on the PS2 and the Xbox as well. I haven't got it on the Dreamcast yet, because I don't own a Dreamcast. Yeah, that's my comfort, my happy place, if that makes any sense. But it was, for me, watching it back and listening to myself, I don't know, I knew what I was trying to say, but I don't know if I was coming across. Like, literally, there was one point in time where all the muscles in my neck, it was as if someone is, like, imagine, like, you ever had someone on your shoulders, like in a concert or at a party or something, messing around, or in a swimming pool, and then when they come off, it's that weight instantly coming off. Again, it's really hard for me to explain. It was that feeling, and it was like, and it was like, I started to feel a bit more comfortable playing it. If that is my number one, what's your games, guys? Retro Gamer Dad, when my mind is overthinking and stressed, I find playing games from my childhood, like Super Mario 3 and stuff like that, makes me feel better. Yes, exactly. Like this game I've had, well, my PS2 versions, my original version I had from back in the day. The Halo is another one I maybe want to say is like a comfort, your happy place, isn't it? Like another movie, Labyrinth. I watched that when I was really, really young. And it's just like simpler times, isn't it? No mortgage to worry about, no work to worry about. Oh, hey, Angry Moose. Hello there, how's it going, dude? Yeah, GTA 5 always helps calm me down if I'm stressed out. Just driving around helps a lot. Yeah, GTA 5, it's like, I'm sure it's been out like over 10 years now. It's like that. The weather's normally nice, isn't it? But you kind of know your way around. Just go chill out down the beach, down the pier or something like that. I totally get it. But this is my number one. Maybe GTA 5 would be in the same bracket as this like comfort, kind of happy place. I don't know if many people have a fighting game as their happy place. If I was getting my ass kicked, maybe I wouldn't be so happy. But it's quite an easy game anyway, Capcom vs SNK 2. It's got difficulty modes on it for a reason, So yeah, that's a game I played. I think we did that, last Sunday we did that. Billy Mads and Happy Gilmore. Oh, what a movie. And old Adam Sandler movies, a comfort for me, lol. I absolutely love that movie. The Waterboy was the first DVD I ever bought. I remember I bought my first DVD player. It was actually the same size. It was tiny, right? DVDs was a big deal, wasn't it? And my Blu-ray player was the same size as a Blu-ray case, and it opened, it's Panasonic, and it was really expensive, and I couldn't afford a DVD. So we were like shopping around. I ended up going to a video shop that had a small DVD section, and he was selling some DVDs. And The Waterboy, I'll never forget, was my first ever DVD that I owned. I love GTA 5 and can't wait for GTA 6. Yes, I tell you what, that's going to be, based on their track record, they know what they're doing, don't they? And they've kept us waiting long enough, haven't they? But yeah, that's going to be, that game, you could probably, say it comes out January 1st, I don't know the actual date, it's coming out 2025, say it comes out January 1st, you can probably say I'm not going to buy any games for the rest of the year. I would struggle if, I don't know, if say Soul Calibur 7 comes out. Obviously I'm going to be buying that, but I bet a lot of people will that will keep them casual gamers then, let's say. That game will keep them going for the long haul, Yeah, so that's the first game I think I play. I'm trying to do them in order. Then I wanted to pop back into Mortal Kombat 1. Now, I heard the phrase, and I can't, again, through YouTube, they call in these games, these modern fighting games now, I thought it was quite interesting, service games, that's what they're known as now, isn't it? So I just went in, messing around with some of the fatalities, and I wanted to see what was new, and there's absolutely nothing new in there, but I got to hear Peacemaker gameplay trailers just dropped, so I think he's launching sometime next week, and he actually does look really good. I don't know his backstory, I don't know anything about him, but he looks like a fun character to play as, you know. So I played a little bit of Mortal Kombat 1, but a lot of videos, it's like, you know, like trends, isn't it? In the new game comes out, everybody's playing like Tekken 8 at the moment. It's on the background. Loving Tekken 8. We'll get to that. Oh, hello. People are asking about it. Up you come. Here he is. The other YouTube owner. Come here then. Up. He's clingy now because Max is gone, isn't he? Okay? What's the matter, boy? Say hello to everyone. Say hello. You're tired, are you? That's my dog. I cut you down. Yes, cut you down. Good boy. Good boy. He doesn't know we're live. What were we talking about? Yeah, but yeah, so everybody's kind of shitting on this game. Angry Moose, hey Rossi. He's gone now. He's come in and he's, oh, what are you doing? What are you up to? I tell you, he loves hoovering. Oh, I'm hoovering, obviously, but he's like, he absolutely loves it. So he's all worn out after that, I think. Yeah, so everyone's crapping on this game, and even like some people are saying, "Oh, Mortal Kombat 11 looked better." Trust me, no, it didn't. I've been playing a lot of Tekken 8 recently, and this is better, in my opinion, graphics than Tekken 8. Maybe I'm losing my mind. Yeah, it's still a beautiful looking game. So it's still alive and kicking as far as I'm concerned. Okay. Played a little bit, not much this week, but I played last week quite a lot of Final Fantasy X. This might be remembered one day as one of my comfort places, okay? This is the perfect game. I'm not rushing through it. I've never actually finished any Final Fantasy game, but this is perfect for, if I've got YouTube on in the background, are you playing it currently? Oh, excellent. So I've got YouTube on my iPad, and I've got the music, the volume turned down, so I can just about hear it. Say volume's on about 5 or 6 on the telly, and I'm just running around and just leveling up and trying to improve my all my stats and stuff like that. And I'm pretty sure now I'm not far from where I got stuck. The longest I've ever played this is during COVID lockdown. Were you a fan of playing Blitzball, or kind of just skipped it? I skipped it. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I know you got the option, haven't you, to go back and play it, but I got some friends that have still got it installed just to play Blitzball. So the plan was to finish it and maybe keep it on there and then get into it. But that part where you've got to play Blitzball with Whacker and all them, I just couldn't wait to get that out the way, kind of thing. I haven't got the patience. Every time I play it, I'm like always in a hurry. I want to get it done. I want to save and do you know what I mean? So I'm at that bit now where it's like an open green massive field, and then I've just got the, was it Yunez? No, she can summon those things, like the money guy, like he's a samurai looking guy. I've just got him. So that's where I'm at. I don't think I've played it. I don't think I played it at all this week. I think all that was last week. Yeah, my buddy who's a diehard fan of it, he played the boat scene a few times to make sure he got the jet shot, lol. Oh, he's a diehard fan. All right, yeah, I don't know enough about it to talk much more about it. But so Lilo, this is your playing it as well. You'll probably finish it before me. But I've always got games on rotation, you know. So I've got, I bought another before I forget. So yeah, I've been playing Final Fantasy X. I'm also playing, I bought on Friday, Grand Brew Fantasy versus, oh, right, now, Grand Brew Fantasy versus Rising. So they've Grand Brew have launched a fighting game and RPG within a month of each other, so I might be muddling the names up. But it's basically the fighting Grand Brew Fantasy versus, I think it's Rising, and Grand Brew Fantasy versus Relink is the RPG. That looks really good as well. Finish up Borderlands 3 right now, and then on to Snake Eater. Oh, I much prefer Borderlands 2. I did like Borderlands 3, but funny enough you're saying that, because I was tempted when I was checking how much CX would give me for trading, and they give me bugger all for it, so I thought I'll keep it. I think I've actually finished it twice, but the second one is a masterpiece in my opinion. I'm a big fan of the Borderlands franchise, you know. So yeah, the reason I waited to get Grand Blue Fantasy Versus is because my favourite guest character of all time, 2B from Nier Automata, is in it, and she does not disappoint. And when I did my first initial impression, literally it installed, then I went live, and I started figuring out the way I do. I don't do tutorials and training mode. I just jump straight in, like the old days in the arcade. That's how I like to play my fighting games, you know. Yeah, Borderlands 2 was so epic. It really is going to make the rest of the games hard to beat it. Did you see they are making a movie? Yes, I seen a... Where have I seen? I think I just seen a poster. And one of those psychos was caught my eye. Like he's on the cover of Borderlands 3, isn't he? It's just a random enemy. Trailer for that is... I'll have to check the trailer out then. No, I've literally... Well, now you said it, I'm aware of it. But yeah, so I don't think I've seen any footage or anything like that yet. So yeah, I've been playing Grand Blue Fantasy versus Rising. I think I'm looking up there because I got Grand Blue Fantasy versus the original game. Okay, so that was $39.99, and I'm really happy with the game developer because you can either buy the season pass, which is $28.99, and they're releasing characters every month or so, or every season, but they give you the option of buying characters individually. So that's exactly what I wanted. The only reason I wanted that game was to play with 2B, and she's plays totally different. The mechanics are totally different to all the other characters in that game. So I strongly recommend that. If you like your 2D anime fighters, if you like Street Fighter Alpha or Street Fighter 2, the earlier Street Fighter games, you will definitely like this, because a lot of the moves are the same to pull off, and the makers of this were massive early Street Fighter fans, so it's almost like an homage there, like a love letter to the early Street Fighter games, you know. So yeah, check that game out. And the other game, I think this is the last game, I got notes here, guys. I've been playing Tekken 8. I've discovered, what's it called? Arcade Quest. Oh, sorry, staying with Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. I leveled your character. It's kind of got RPG elements to it, right? So I leveled my character up to level 5. Took me about an hour. And then when I went offline, I thought, I wonder what the maximum is. So I figured out how to look. It's level 500. 500. So it's almost infinite. Who's going to level a character? I'll try it. 500. That's like arcade mode. Probably 550 times you'll have to do to level your character up to there. Right, so going back to Tekken 8. I've done, I know 500's wild, and every time you level up, you don't actually get anything or unlock anything. Like, I think you can unlock, say, I know when I get to level 6, I unlock a new skin. Then I think when I get to level 8 or 9, I unlock new weapons, okay? I don't know I think it's just skins. It doesn't do anything to your stats. But when you get to level 300, you unlock a skin. And from 300 to 500, so it's 200 difference, there isn't anything. Then you get your next reward, unless I'm wrong, your next reward is when you get to level 500. So that's months and months and months. Somebody's probably already done it, let's be honest. It's the internet, isn't it? But there's those hardcore people out there, you know. It'll take me longer because I've always got, on average, 2, maybe 3 fighting games every single week, okay? But I am rotating. I've got a main game, which I'd say would be my Assassin's Creed. I'll aim to finish that in the next week. But this is very addictive as well. That Arcade Quest. Now with that, it's not that you can level up, but they've all got names, haven't they? I've got it. Someone shared it on Instagram. So they've got it's like first, so it's beginner, first dan, second dan. I think I'm up to Shinryu. So I'm there. So I'm over halfway. I've got those. I want to get to Mighty Ruler. That'll be a good one. But then you've got to get so many points and stuff like that. But stuff like that, I'm all in for it, you know. I've unlocked all the artwork. If there's artwork in a fighting game, that's enough to keep me addicted until I unlock it all. I've already done that. I've got millions of currency, okay? But I'm gonna get to the top rank in that, okay? Really cool. And what's different? So you had Mortal Kombat 1 had the invasions, didn't they? That was his own thing, cool. Almost like a board game is probably the best way to describe it. Street Fighter 6 had World Tour mode, but then so Tekken have, obviously they got story mode, but their thing is arcade mode. And I tell you, you create a little avatar and you go to different arcades, and the further you progress, the tougher your opponent. It's a really good offline, a very, very good idea, and it's promoting the arcade scene and like Evo and stuff like that. They're not calling it Evo, but it is Evo at the end of the day. That's the pinnacle, isn't it, of fighting games. So yeah, I'm so happy with this game right now, okay? I tell you what, every game I'm playing is just great. I think that's everything I've been playing, guys, okay? Let me just check my notes. I did have 2 other things to talk. I write everything down as well as part of my mental health, okay? Contra, what's it called? Contra Operation Galaga demo. We didn't really have Contra over here. We had Pro Protector. So in America, you guys had 2 muscle-bound, like Arnold Schwarzenegger kind of guys. We had robots over here, okay? So my introduction was Contra 3 or Pro Protector on the Super Nintendo, and I loved that game, and I did have that back in the day. But I'm really impressed. I haven't played the demo yet, but I've watched about 5 or 6 different YouTubers. Level 1 is free, apparently. But what they've done, it looks very similar to the NES Contra, okay? But what I love, they've done something different. For example, no spread. If you've already got the weapon and you collect it again. Van Dijk winner, is it? He did score earlier on and got disallowed, didn't he? Damn it. Don't like Liverpool, you see. Thanks for letting me know, though. So what it looks like with whatever, if you've got the weapon equipped and the power-up is in front of you, so like spread's got 3 like bullets spreading off. It looks like you get 5 or 6. It enhances the gun that you've got if you've already got it equipped. If I'm explaining it right. And what's my favourite gun in Contra is another one, the homing missiles. If you've got that and get another one, makes them like homing rockets kind of thing, makes them more powerful. I think what a great idea. Never would have thought that. That just makes the gameplay so much better. I like the art style. I know a lot of people are saying, I don't like, looks almost like a mobile game kind of graphics, if that makes sense. That's something I call it. But I kind of like it. It's growing on me, you know. And the other thing I've just noticed last night, Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection. So the good Battlefront games, 1 and 2, for PS2 or the Xbox, that everyone grew up with, they're redoing them. And if you want to go online, you can have up to 64 online players. But already there's a couple of bad bits coming out. It's like a bad vibe on YouTube. It's a lazy port or something like that. I've got the originals to fall back on, but it will be nice to have it because my PlayStation 5 is definitely my go-to. All the consoles I've got. As soon as I finish work, whenever I'm done for the day, I got an hour to kill, my PS5 is my console of choice, you know. Probably then my GameCube at the moment. But yeah, that's the other things I wanted to mention. So I have seen them in case anyone's wondering out there, okay? What else? Oh, and Outer Worlds as well. I finished it. A bit disappointed. I finished the main story, and I didn't do the 2 DLCs that I paid for, so I got to go back and do them. But I've uninstalled it to free up space for Assassin's Creed. I'll go back to that again, you know. But I really did enjoy the Outer Worlds, okay? What have I been watching then? On Netflix, I think it's 8 episodes. House of Ninjas has just come on. Really good fun. Episode 3 I'm on is probably the slowest episode, but it's like a family of secret ninjas. It's almost like a sequel to something. It's almost like a movie might have come out. I might be wrong. This is the vibe I get, and this is set after the movie because they're almost like retired. So there's obviously the mum and dad. There's 2 brothers and I think 1 or 2 sisters. But the youngest boy doesn't know what's going on. He's too young, and like and there's a grandmother as well. And because she's a ninja, again, it's not realistic. He'll go like run upstairs. He'll say ta-ra to his grandmother. He'll run upstairs. His grandmother will be upstairs before him, and he's like, "How did you get up here so quick?" But she's a ninja, isn't she? It's got that comedy. That's what his character's figuring out. He doesn't know what's going on because he's too young. But then they're all like bored ninjas. Like the mother is stealing from the grocery shop stuff that doesn't cost anything just because she's bored. She's using her ninja skills. The girl's probably got the best story. She's stealing stuff from a museum, like really expensive artifacts. I think posting it on this anonymous Instagram, but then she's giving it back. She's like leaving a note. I'll bring it back in 2 days, and the guards are waiting for her to bring it back because she's such a good ninja. She's still putting it back, kind of thing. But the story, there's a couple of other bit more serious tones, but yeah, so far so good. But episode 3 is the slowest because the first 2 episodes are so good. I'm hoping, you know, sometimes it can't always be action up here. Maybe it's got to be a bit of a dip to set the foundation of the story. Does that make any sense? Or am I rambling a bit too much? But yeah, so far it's all right. First 2 episodes definitely worth watching. Movies, I watched. I forgot how good this is. My boy Tony Jaa. I watched On Back 1, but it's the first time I watched it with the dubbed. Every other time I watch it with the subtitles. Okay. But the English dub is so funny. They've got like I don't know where they found, like when I lived in London, it's like almost like Cockneys. Like the old grandmother is like I can't think of a line. Oh, they've stolen our treasure, kind of like in a Cockney voice. It doesn't suit it at all. It is distracting, okay? But yeah, what a great movie. Absolute great movie. So I'm going to watch the other 2 on my week off as well. I won't talk much more about that because we've been going for 48 minutes. Oh my gosh. And thanks for anyone still out there, guys. Okay, on Prime, I haven't watched anything of note on Prime. So, this week's channel of the week is Iowa Retro Gamer Dad. If anyone hasn't, I have mentioned them in the channel before, okay? I don't know if you're still watching. The video that I've said is this video games pickup video is ridiculous. But I gotta be honest, it's any of his videos, okay? So, it's like a nice video to have on, kind of in the background, but he talks a lot of sense, okay? And very interesting. I'm not sure if it was that video or one of the videos he's talking about. I never thought of this, okay? Some YouTubers are doing these pickups videos and then they're selling the stuff off. So they'll be like, no, I showed like, oh yeah, I picked these up. And then all of a sudden then, like, some people are paying 50 quid each for these, okay? So retro game collecting, if you're serious about it, or game collecting, it's quite an expensive hobby, isn't it? I never even thought. Some people say, I picked this up, picked all these fight sticks or whatever. They're all picking all these things up. And then they're selling them or trading them in. And then buying to fund the next pickups video. So every single week or every single month, they've got like amazing pickups. And you're thinking, where's all this money coming from? But it is, people will subscribe then. Think, this guy's got all the best fighting games, RPGs or whatever. He's got all the latest gear and stuff like that. But then the other one then is they'll do a pickups video. Again, it's I never even thought of this. They'll do a pickups video of stuff they've already got. So imagine in 2 years' time, and I've got these seals kind of thing. But you notice, say like my fight sticks, that'll be empty in the background, and I'll be doing a video on look at all this. Mega fight stick haul or something like that. But it's people are doing that out there, and it's like false game collectors, okay? But going back to this particular video then, he's very honest when he's talking about his journey, okay? Again, definitely subscribe to this channel, Iowa Retro Gamer Dad. He's similar to me, but it sounds like more serious than me. He's overcome addiction as well, and he used gaming to overcome it. I did as well. There was a time where I got out of gaming completely. So when I talk about PS4, I sold everything I had, everything I knew I had, apart from my GameCube, which I didn't know I had in my mother's garage. So that's how that was my key back into this amazing hobby, you know. But he says he got he's like, don't know if I'm explaining it right, like an addictive personality. So if you can be addicted to alcohol, substance and stuff like that, you shifting your focus from something that's proven to be terrible for you, okay, to game collecting. So you still got that addictive personality, so you go over the top, spending all your money on these video games, okay. And I won after he said it. I want name and shame. I don't believe in naming and shaming, okay, unless they've done something really bad. Some YouTubers, and he's admitted he used to buy games for content, okay. I've only got 2 games this week. I can't really do a pickups video if I've only got 2 games. I better buy a couple more games so I got a bit more content to put out there, you know. But now, this is the level I want to get to, okay? Now, he's more careful about purchasing new games, and he's kind of got that right mentality of he beats a game before buying a new one, like it was back in the day. You know, we didn't go out like Master System in the background. I'd have a new game every Christmas, maybe 2 games every Christmas, and 1 game for my birthday, maybe, and maybe 1 game on my brother's birthday. So we'd have a maximum of 4 games a year, okay? So every game you had, sometimes you buy a trash game, but that's it. Do you know what I mean? There was no, I'll buy another game next week, or I'm coming home with 10, 15 games kind of thing. But that's how you get the most out of every single game. So imagine you had that attitude to, I'm only going to buy 1 game. Like he's talking about Baldur's Gate 3, playing Spider-Man 2. I'm not going to buy that because my nephew has got that, so I want to borrow that. But because I'm not going to buy a new game till I've done this. You're going to, like you were back in the day, you're going to explore and get the absolute most out of that game before you move on kind of thing, you know? And that's kind of where I want to be at. And maybe I'm wrong, but I don't know if I will ever get out of rotating the games like I am. And normally, like I say, I've got 2, maybe 3 fighting games going on every week and a main game. But yeah, I like where he's going with his gaming. Okay, yeah, and this new attitude takes him back to the old days of really appreciating games. Like I remember when I had Indiana Jones, one of the worst games on the Master System, one of the worst games in my entire collection. But it was, Christ, I wouldn't even know how many hours I've spent playing that game, and it was crap. If you haven't played it, Indiana Jones on the Sega Master System, but because that was all I had, you do get as much gameplay, as much out of these games as you possibly can, okay? But I do think he's been doing the YouTube game longer than me, but like the people out there, it's like they're fake, for lack of a better term. They're buying games, they're flipping games. They're not. Are they gamers? Are they resellers? Or are they not even? There's nothing wrong if you're a collector. There's nothing wrong with game collecting, okay? But if you're buying the game, then making your content, then it's gone. The next week's video, then it's gone, kind of thing. I think eventually you will probably get exposed, won't you? Like if you want to do if people are saying, well, can you do a games room tour? And you haven't got a games room, kind of thing, then they're going to get exposed pretty quick, aren't you? Yeah, so that's Iowa Retro Gamer Dad. Definitely consider subscribing. I watch a lot of his videos because I really can relate to a lot of what he says, you know. Moving on, so keep up the good work if you're still there. Angry Moose, Indiana Jones / Crusade on the Mega Drive was bad as well. Could never get past the second level. Was the second level on the train by any chance? Because it was in the Master System, and then we got past on one life left. We got past it like a handful of times. And then the level after that was absolutely ridiculous. Right, what have I been reading? So I've read, there's 2 books in here. So this is Godzilla and Godzilla Raids Again. It's taken them 70 years, right, to translate these novels into English. That was it, lol. Oh yeah, terrible. Really hard. Too hard for... old school hard, I call it, those games were. So yeah, it's not a massive book, as you can probably tell, considering there's 2 stories in there, okay? But it's so good to just read. I've watched the first movie an absolute ton of times. Nice one, Access Area 6, who just subscribed to Iowa Retro Dad. Nice one, mate. Thank you. Yeah, so it's... if I hadn't watched the movie ever, they make Godzilla look even bigger. Like, he's massive now. He's over 100 meters tall now, isn't he? I think he was 30 meters in the movie. I'm one of those Godzilla nerds, right? So I've seen like charts of how big he's gone. But they make him, in my head, he was about 100 meters tall by the way they make him. They describe him and stuff like that. The second one, the first one, I'd say the movie is better, but the second, Godzilla Raids Again, is a very good novel, okay? But the film is very rushed, and they use stock footage, don't they, from the first one. I think it came out the year after, and it shows, it looks like they rushed it. But yeah, I do recommend it if you're a Godzilla fan, 100%. It is well written, and the other thing, before I forget, it's the only book I've ever read. I don't know if it's a Japanese thing. I think it's the only Japanese translated book I've ever read as well. Oh, someone's just commented, a Liverpool fan on my Facebook. Oh, here we go. I like Chelsea. I don't support them. I like Chelsea. Swansea City's my club. But then it's the only book I've ever read. And I read this comment, like this paragraph, and I had to read it again. I was like, what was that? Kind of thing. Actually, I said, I'm going to do a games room update video tomorrow, Tony. I've made some improvements. Oh, guys, if you want to see a good games collection, check out Access Area 6. He's got... I dread to think how much money he's got. He's got a really good sealed collection as well. standout, saying Godzilla. I think you got Godzilla on the PlayStation 3, haven't you? And that game, guys, is going berserk money, especially the PlayStation 4 version. I'd settle for either, you know. It's £180 in CX on the PS4, put it that way. And there's one in stock in the whole of UK. Yeah, I like my Godzilla. What was I going to say? Yeah, so it's the only book I've ever read where it's a slightly different font, and it'll say, "Dear reader," like one of the cities was the second, at the time in the 50s, it was the second biggest city in Japan, but now it's the third biggest city. So it was like, "Dear reader," just so you're aware that at the time of writing this, it was this. And there was another one where it talks about when Godzilla in the movie is iconic, isn't it? It's in Shin Godzilla, Godzilla -1 as well, when he picks up the train and eats the train, like as if it's a snake kind of thing. When it talks about that, so an intense part of the movie or the novel, it'll say, "Dear reader, if you haven't visited Japan, this train line's the main train line. It goes from the north of Japan to the south of Japan." It was so funny reading. It's just like, why would you put that in there, like there? Normally, I've seen things that have like a little asterisk or a little star, and at the bottom of the page you'll have little notes. Everyone's seen stuff like that, but it's literally right there. It's like, oh, am I in the story or aren't I? The first couple of times, it's quite distracting, you know. But yeah, that was Amazon. If you're a Godzilla fan, definitely check that out. Okay, so I finished both of those books. I finished that Friday, so I didn't read anything last night, but I'm kind of between books now. So I'm either going to read Child of Vengeance, samurai book. Don't know anything about it, but I like the look of the back. I've read the back. Paid £1.49 in a charity shop. Can't remember what charity shop. Or, I'm probably going to read this come to think about it. Street Fighter 3 New Generation. The manga. I think that's all the manga in my collection read then. That won't take me long to read that. So, there we go, guys. I think that is everything I've been playing, everything I've been watching and reading. And oh my gosh, 62 minutes. Flipping heck. Thanks, guys, if anyone's watched all the way through. But the difference now, normally I try to keep these videos around about 20 minutes. And if I talk for an hour, then have to upload it, that'll take hours. With my limited technology that I've got, that will take me half my evening to get it uploaded, you know. So I think maybe going forward, see what kind of response this gets. I'll just think I'll do it live. I prefer to talk live. I love it. Like, the guys have joined the chat. It was funny, Iowa Retro Gamer Dad was here, and he was this week's channel of the week. Definitely, guys, go check that channel out. Not for me, for you. And seriously, it's a good. He's always got interesting stories on the go and good thought-provoking videos as well. And you really think, yeah, that's a really good idea. That's a really good point, kind of thing. But he's been through it as well. Anyone suffering with mental health and stuff like that. Yeah, I agree with a lot or all of his takes, you know. So, yeah, definitely check that out, guys. There we are. I think I've been talking long enough now. Got it about the football. Never mind. Yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Have a great, I don't know what day it is now because I'm off. Have a great rest of your weekend, whatever's left of your weekend. Have a great week next week. Love you. Bye.